y'all, I'm Emily, the Shady Grove Stitcher, and I love creating beautiful hand-stitched pieces. Welcome to the Pink Room, where I share my love of cross-stitch by showcasing projects I've completed in my quest to fill an antique cabinet my husband and I inherited from my in-laws. Hello, welcome to episode 14 of the Shady Grove Stitcher. I'm Emily, welcome to the Pink Room. Today I'm going to share with you I have a lot of life updates, not dog specific. Some of you are really into the dogs and that's great. I have things other than dogs, things related to the Pink Room. You can tell there's not a brown couch back here anymore, so that's new and different. I have a couple of whips I'm gonna show you, a fully finished item, and then some haul and an opportunity for you to get some stuff associated with that. So let's get into it. First thing I want to do is apologize. So back in a long time ago, I can't remember, I was making fun of my parents and how they are not technologically advanced, and that has not changed. But anyway, I have missed some of your YouTube comments and your Instagram tags, and I really kind of thought I was on it with the comments and the tags and the replies. And then one day I was messing with filters and I found a whole bunch that I hadn't read. I didn't know they were there. So I apologize that I don't know how to use a filter. Apparently I'm not good at interneting. And I just wanted to say, if I have not responded to you when you have reached out to me, it's not because I don't like you or I don't want to be your friend. I just can't figure out how to use the internet. That's all. So I think I fixed it. I think I understand what's happening now. But I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry, because you guys take time out of your schedule to spend time with me and to leave comments. And it makes me feel like a real jerk for me to just not even reply. And I didn't reply because I didn't know you were commenting. So that's on me. And hopefully I'll be better going forward. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about was, like I said, this chair back here in the Pink Room. Now there's another one to the side of me that you can't see. I changed it in the intro and I'll pop a picture up so you can see it. We've had this 6 years of musical furniture kind of between my parents and us. So my husband and I had a sectional and we really loved it until it became uncomfortable. Then we switched to a reclining love seat. And at the time we had a boxer who was not well, and we needed an extra couch for him to be with us in the living room on. So we had this hand-me-down denim couch, and my parents gave me their couch. And so we just had this cornucopia of furniture, maybe is how I would say it. None of it went together. So the brown couch that's been in here, I keep gesturing, you can see my hand down here. The brown couch that I've had in here is, my dad and I are both obsessed with it because it's chenille and it's very firm. So you can sit on it forever and you never get uncomfortable because it's so supportive. It's also really not my style. It has these fluted arms with these wood accents, and my mother has tried to tell me on multiple occasions that it's neutral, and I hear her and I still don't believe her, and we had to agree to disagree on that one. But in the big living room, we have actually replaced the reclining love seat with a sectional. So the two blue recliners we had out there came in here, and they're small scale recliners. They're pretty little chairs. They came in here, and the brown couch has gone away. So that's really exciting to me. It feels fresh and fun and light and happier in here. Henry's having a time, guys. He really is. So you'll see in the photo that there is a giant dog bed in the middle of the room, and most people would probably be like, hey Emily, why'd you decorate with a dog bed? And the reality is our lives revolve around our dogs, both Henry and Newton, and we want them to be with us all the time. And if that means that I have a giant dog bed on the floor, then I have a giant dog bed on the floor. I say to my mom all the time, Better Homes and Gardens is not coming by, HGTV is not coming by. I don't owe Martha Stewart any sort of report card. I'm not going to be judged for it. And so I want our house to be very lived in and comfortable and functional. So I'm excited to learn to use the pink room a little bit differently. It's great. You can see my Lowry back here. My Lowry has changed sides, and so that's weird getting used to. And thinking back to when I got my Lowry, it probably took me, I don't know, 3 to 6 weeks, I don't remember, for me to figure out how to stitch with it. That's kind of how it feels switching from a couch to a recliner. Everything is different. The table's in a different space. It's strange. But we're trying it out and we're getting used to it, and it's been a lot of fun. And it feels really lovely in the pink room now. Instead of me walking in and being like, gosh, the furniture isn't something I choose, I'm really loving having this in here. So that's been something big in here. And then also my giant head's in the way. So I'm just gonna tip back. You can see I hung this shutter, and maybe my head is always here and you can't see it. I don't know. I've showed you a shutter like this before. It had the 3 chalkboards on it. I used it to mount the Gather Round series from Hands On Design. I'm using this for needle minders. I wanted to put a piece of sheet metal back there. I didn't have any sheet metal. I did have chicken wire. Chicken wire was free, so I put chicken wire in the back, and then I started putting all my needle minders up there. And basically what this has proven is I have room for more needle minders. So that's fun and exciting, and I'm loving having them out and on display. And so just a really great, functional, but pretty addition to the pink room. So I've been loving that. And then the only other real Flosstube related update, I guess, is now my parents follow me on YouTube. So everybody say hi to my parents in the comments. A while back, my mom had said, you know, I wish that I could watch these videos that you make. And I had told all of you guys, all my little internet friends, you know, that my parents sometimes struggle with technology. And I was like, I'm not getting into that. But they've been using, you know, we were on, if you travel back in time, 20 years ago when everybody had a cable box and you had to have your TV on channel 3, like that was a nightmare. And then we've gone to like regular cable where you don't have to have the cable box anymore, and everything was fine with that. Well, now we're on streaming services, and that was a technological disaster. There are still some days that it's hard to get that ironed out. But they're pretty good about it. And I thought, you've been doing it long enough, you can probably figure this out. So I sent them a link to my channel, and they've been watching. Now, my parents don't cross stitch. And I guess there's nothing else on TV because now they're watching Flosstube, but that's where we are. Okay, so something else I wanted to tell you guys about today. I don't really even want to tell you this. I think this is super weird, but my friend Holly suggested that I talk to y'all about it, and then Carrie suggested that I talk to you about it. This actually came up 2 days ago. Carrie said, hey, do you use thread beds? And I was like, sort of. I have this tray, and the bottom of it's felt so it keeps all my thread. And she was like, oh, that's actually a really good idea. You should talk about that. So I'm going to talk to you about a tray. This is my tray. It is small. It is enamel. I will put a picture on the screen so that you can see it. It's small. It's like, I don't know, it's the size of a sheet of paper. Okay. So I don't even remember where I came up with the idea for the tray. It is just a metal enamel tray. It came from Amazon. I like the metal because I can stick needle minders to the side of it. So it holds a couple of needle minders. And then I always have with me my scissors. I use Ginger scissors predominantly. I keep a pencil because I'm always writing something down, a thimble because sometimes you really have to like shove your needle underneath some of your floss, and then my Orts bin, which this is just it's a free pattern, and I put it together with a couple of Wonder Clips. And then the bottom, I just made a really simple felt pad, for lack of a better description, so that I can, and I basically just, this is the equivalent of like a project bag. So, you know, I prefer to be a monogamous stitcher, as, you know, we're going to look at 2 WIPs today. So oopsies. I prefer to be a monogamous stitcher. So I usually have everything I need for my project on this tray, and I just like it better. So like if you've ever used a thread bed, do you guys know what I'm saying when I say thread bed? It's like one of those like bifold thingies. Goose includes them with her project bags. Here's my problem with them. I think they're great. They organize your floss Whenever I am not using floss, I'm a psychopath, and I coil them up into little round circles so that they don't get all tangled. And I like that it keeps them separate. But the second you fold it up and put it someplace and then drag it back out again and open it, all those threads sort of tangle together and blah, blah, blah. It's not my jam. So I prefer this tray method, and it's convenient. It sits just about anywhere, and it holds everything I need it to hold. So I wanted to share that with you guys because a couple of people, like I said, have said, hey, you should talk to people about that. I don't think it's any big deal. Maybe you do. I don't know. But this is my at-home equivalent of a project bag. And then I just take my little project with me, and I have all my toys. So just sharing some fun stitchy ideas with my little stitchy friends today. Okay, whips. I'm trying to hurry because it's 1:55, and we all know that Rosie's gonna start at 2:30, and I need to be finished before she gets going. Okay, 2 whips at the present. Number 1, Dasher and Dancer. Son of a bee sting. Okay. Every time I sit down to I almost said message you guys, and that's not true, to Flosstube with you guys, for you guys, whatever. I think about the gal who said, like, hey, you should show us the pattern. I never think of the pattern until I get ready to show you something. I also came in here today, like, ready to film without my whips. So if that gives you any idea of how together I don't have it. Okay. Dasher and Dancer by Hobby House Press. I am doing a stitch along with my friend Carrie of Red Velvet Quilts. I am stitching this on 42 count. Oh, look, I matched my heart. I'm stitching this on 42 count Melting Moments from Fox and Rabbit. And I am using, wait, don't tell me. Lily Pad by Weeks Dye Works. And the July assignment was this stuff right here, and I have a little motif. I actually had more of this motif done, but I messed it up and I had to frog it yesterday. So I was talking to my friend Lisa about it, about frogging and how, you know, it just happens, but it's always still a bummer. And I said, why is it that frogging goes so much faster than stitching? And she was like, that's the only like redeeming quality of frogging, is it's really like rewarding because it just goes so fast. Anyway, so it's July 15th. I have 15 days to stitch the rest of this motif and the entire other side, because you know, if you have seen this pattern before, gosh, I hope I remember to edit and put it in here. There's this same thing, but on the other side of the tree. So quite a bit to do. I need to not dawdle. I am, in the interest of full disclosure, very over stitching Christmas. You know, this year I've done a lot of Christmas pieces. In January, I thought I'll never get tired of Christmas. And that was very, very wrong. Speaking of getting tired of Christmas, it was the 4th of July, and I was texting with Carrie, and I was like, I just really want to do something that's not Christmassy, and I'd love to do something patriotic. And she said, oh, well, what are you thinking? And I was like, well, I've got this, I've got that. And I mentioned Stars and Stripes. Yep, I was like, is that what it's called? Stars and Stripes, which was a collab between Shakespeare's Peddler and Plum Street Samplers. And she was like, oh, I've already got it kitted and on my coffee table. Do you want to start it together? And I was like, you dang right I do. So we started this. She started it with me. Hi. There is the cutest couple in my neighborhood. Sidebar. And they walk their son. Usually they go and get the mail and walk their son. And he is so cute. And I didn't know until today when she walked by that she's pregnant again. So I'm really excited for that. That was my big pregnant pause, was because I was looking at my pregnant neighbor. And I was like, oh, babies. Okay, where was I? Stars and Stripes. This is Stars. This is the one by Plum Street. Carrie and I started it together. Hers kind of goes up the side and across the top. And she's put a hold on that. She's really into fall stitching right now. I keep going. I'm loving this for fill-in the evening because I don't have to think about it. I did accidentally add, there was supposed to be like a leaf is supposed to kind of come over the edge over here. And as you can tell, I didn't leave a hole for it. So either my leaf is going to be short or I'm just going to stitch on top of what I've got there. I bet nobody notices. But I've really been enjoying this. I really like patriotic stuff. Emily of July would say I could stitch patriotic every day and never get sick of it, but I also thought I could never get sick of Christmas, and here we are. So this has been a fun one. I'm just getting to a point where oh, ow, dropped my elbow, so sorry. I've got some trim and then more red barn down below, and that's gonna get started tonight. So that will be fun. And those are my 2 WIPs. Now, my fully finished item this week is actually a freebie. Isn't it so cute? I think it's a hoot. I mean, it's like 47,000 degrees here in Texas. So this whole idea of a dog laying right in front of the fan feels very summery to me, and I think it's hilarious. This is Dog Days of Summer by Silver Creek Samplers. The last time we were together, I was like, I will not again tell you that I stitched something on 32 count limestone Lugana. And here we are, 32 count limestone Lugana. It was just what was in my stash. These colors are pretty close to what she called for. I did change a couple of them up. I don't remember how. I just know that I didn't do it exactly like she said. But this is on her website. It's a free download. I'll link it below. There are words down here. Oh, did you like that I put my hand in front of that? Words down here. And they say Dog Days of Summer or the Dog Days of Summer. It was just a little too much for me. But I mean, this is a $5 project. The pattern is free. You've already got the DMC. You probably have some linen or fabric in your stash, and the frame costs you $2 at Walmart. So what's not to love for a fun summer finish? It's a cutie. Cutie patootie. All right. Now, my haul. A lot of these, let's start with gifts because some folks have been really lovely and sharing things with me. A lot of you watch The Happiest Stitches on Earth, Christy and Susie. Christy is Kay Hines Designs on Instagram, and she sent me this. Look how cute this note is. Oh, the glare is terrible. Oh, that's good. Okay. I love that it says hello in this little open window, and there's this happy yellow behind and the whole card slides. Just darling. She sent me the cutest note along with just a whole lot of goodies. Some velvet she had been gifted. Oh, I'm sorry. Newton wanted to get in the chair. Some velvet she had been gifted, and then some trim because she's been using this. I always want to call it diagonal seam tape, and it is not diagonal seam tape. It is some other kind of ribbon. I'll put it down below, and like it crinkles up and it looks ruffly. It is adorable, and I wanted to try some, and she sent some for me to use. So that was lovely. But the real like showstopper is this bag that she made. And I think it's so cute. I love the gold zipper. The green accents are so bright and happy. The vinyl's a little glary. Oh, there we go. So she went to Quilt Market. And when she was there, she went to a fabric shop. It might have been Paducah, but please don't quote me on that. It doesn't matter. You're not going. She went and she found the swan fabric. And at the time, I was stitching Summer Swan, and she knew that I already had Christmas Swan and that I was going to do spring and autumn too. And so she made me the swan bag so I can keep all of my swans together. Now, if you watch them, you know that Susie is always talking about how she needs more bags, and her projects without bags are orphans. So I can take all my little orphan swans and put them in the swan bag. She also got a set of swan floss drops to go with it. It was such a sweet package, and I love it. I don't know what I did to deserve such wonderful people in my life, but that was just amazing. The other thing that was gifted to me is this apparatus. So there's a viewer, her name is Tony, and I was talking about my Lowry, and I don't even remember how it came up because it's been since maybe February or so. And she said, if you're interested, I have a corner clamp that I can share with you. And I was like, I'll be happy to pay you for it, or pay the shipping or whatever. I mean, this is like, it's an expensive doodad. And she said, no. You take it, you use it, great. And then if you decide that you don't love it, then pass it on with the same sort of parameters to somebody else. So I haven't tried it. I am very eager to try it. People say that the corner clamp is a game changer. TBD, I don't know. But if I don't love it, then I will certainly come back here to you guys and offer the same deal to y'all that she offered to me, where I will just send it on to you in hopes that you can use it. But selfishly, I really hope it's awesome and that I can't live without it. So we'll see how that goes. So those were my gifts. I'm trying not to clank it down because it's rather loud. And then my haul is, last time I told you that I had purchased bags from Carrie, but I didn't have the bags from Carrie yet. Well, they've arrived and I'm so obsessed with them. So this is Lori Holt's Peace and Plenty line. It's got this adorable fabric inside. She does not have any more of this particular style anymore. She quilted it with these big swirly doodads with some flowers. I'm sure that's a very technical term. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the panto, but it's pretty. And then the back is just really super cute. She has an adorable sticker. Tag. She's starting to put the tag inside now, so if that bothers you, just FYI. I like that she puts it in an inconspicuous place. Some people put their stickers, tags front and center, and I want to remember where I got the bag, but I don't want it to be like the number one thingy. So it's, it exceeded my expectations. I don't know why. I think everything she does is fabulous, and I'm not just saying that because she's my friend, but it's the truth. And then I want you guys to see this keychain, the zipper pull. I know the sparkly bits on the top and bottom are a little glary, but my point is every bag that she does comes with a really pretty zipper pull, and the beads always coordinate with the bag, and it's just, I think they're the best bags. I would say it even if she wasn't my stitching bestie. Okay, that was number one. My number two bag, also from Carrie, is this one. This is Lori Holt's Americana line. I will open her up and show you inside. Oh, I already have things in there. There's fabric. I wonder what it goes to. I had planned to make an Americana bag. There was a lady online that was selling bags. They're very hard to get. Wildberry stitching. And I thought, well, if I can't get one of hers, then I will just make one myself. And then Carrie was talking about making bags, and I was like, do you by chance have Americana bags? And she did, and I pounced on it, and it's fabulous. So again, with the zipper pull, how it coordinates with the bag, and I just love them. Now, let's talk about how you can get a bag, because several of you told me, I told you guys that she didn't have any readily, they don't live in an Etsy shop, okay guys? She has a full-time job, and she quilts a lot, and bags are not her life. She is enjoying making bags, but she is not all bags all the time, in the same way that like Denise is with Dot Dot Quilts, Goose. Is that right? You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, that's not her jam. She's making them in like, I don't know, 8 16 increment runs. So she did Peace and Plenty in Americana. She also had a couple of fall ones mixed in, and I think a couple of Halloweens in that first run. Then she did another run, again with the Peace and Plenty, and then some fall. She's just done another set of fall bags. They were yesterday, Monday, July 14th, and they sold out in like 45 minutes. I was talking to somebody who got the 7th of 8 bags, and I said, I wasn't kidding. If you really want one, you got to pounce. And she was like, I got on at 7:02. I know. People are hearing about them. You're very into them. I love that you're into them. Carrie loves that you're into them. Her Etsy shop is Red Velvet Quilts, all one word, Red Velvet Quilts. If you are interested in a bag, you need to be following Carrie on Instagram because she will let you know in advance of her bag drops. I don't know when she's gonna drop bags. I don't know what's coming next. I just know that she has things in the works. There are gonna be some more. And if you are interested, the best way for you to find out about it is to follow her on Instagram. Carrie, what are you? Red Velvet _ quilts, I think is what it is. Why do I have to look it up every time? Why is my dog snoring so loud right now? What is happening with my life? Y'all just listen to Henry snore for a second while I go find this. Red Velvet _ quilts. One day I will remember that without looking it up. Okay, so that's what you want to do. You want to go to Instagram. You want to look for Red Velvet _ quilts. You want to follow Carrie. You want to watch her stories because she will tell you in her stories if she's going to do bag drops and when they will be. Sometimes she does pre-orders. The pre-orders don't happen every time. She's still figuring this out, guys. So please be patient. Please be alert. Good luck. And then the final thing that I got, now I debated, so I'm filming this on Tuesday, taking a late lunch to film this on Tuesday. I don't know when I'll get it posted. I've got Fox and Rabbit that's coming on Friday, and I debated holding this until I got this, the Flosstube, until the Fox and Rabbit came, but let's not. Tara Sullivan from Sully Stitches mentioned that Needle and Flax was having a sale. Needle and Flax, if you're not familiar, they dye linens. They are fabulous and they have very high standards. They felt like some of the linens had some sort of defect. If these linens have a defect, I can't find it, okay? So they're calling them orphan linens, not to be confused with Susie's Orphan Projects, but these are called orphan linens, and you could go on and you could say you wanted light or you wanted medium, and they had a couple of different counts like 28, 32, 36, 40, I think there was a 46, but you couldn't pick your colors. You just picked a color family, like light or medium. So I got 2 fat quarters of light and 2 fat quarters of medium. And I'll just show those to you. I was hoping that I was gonna get, okay, I take back what I said. I was hoping that I was gonna get 4 different colors. I did not, I got 3 different colors. This is actually reading pretty accurate. It's a very lovely neutral. It's very mottled, and here is the defect. It has a little splatter of red, I would call that red, on the edge, which I'm gonna cut off anyway, so who cares, right? So those were my lights. I have no idea what it's called because they come in a bag. This is all I got. Light color, 36 count, 1/4. That's all I know. But I have 2 of those, and I love those. And I'm sorry for the bag crinkle. Then I got 1 medium. So a bit darker, but I love it. I think it's very beautiful. The modeling is gorgeous. There was a fly, I thought it was inside. Here's the one where you can get involved, okay? My 4th linen, this is the risk with mystery linen, right? Blue, so very blue. I am really boring. I am not a colored linen stitcher. This is 40 count something or another. I looked on their website. They don't have any blue readily available. Even Carrie was like, I didn't think Needle and Flax did blue. Apparently they do, and I've got some. So I paid, I think, $21 for a fat quarter. And if you are interested, you can pay me the same $21 and the shipping fee, and I will ship it to your house because it will probably not get used in my house. So if you are interested, in the comments, don't do any of those scammy words because then we get flagged, and just say, Needle and Flax for me. Does that sound reasonable? I'll take the Needle and Flax. I'll take the Needle and Flax. Put in the comments. I'll take the needle and flax. If somebody wants it, amazing. If not, I will put it on the D-Stash group. But just thought I'd offer it to you guys first. It's very pretty light blue. It has gorgeous modeling. It will just never get used in my life. So there's that. There's also one random thing. So the lady, Tony, who sent the arm doololly for the Lowry, sent it in a project bag that she got at Goodwill for $1. Who doesn't want a project bag? So I think it's a really cute size. It's quilted on the back. It just uses selvages. Still, heck yes. Thought that was a fun thingy. Okay, so we're at 30 minutes. We are gonna get this in before Rosie gets to cleaning, which is fantastic. I feel a little lame coming to talk to you guys lately because, I mean, I am not saying that this is lame by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's very cute, but it's not complicated and there's not a lot for me to tell you about it. I mean, it's DMC. It's a cutie freebie pattern on DMC. So I have a lot of, I don't have a lot going on. That's what I'm saying. I don't have a lot going on right now. I do have, what was I going to talk to you about next time? Do you know? Oh, I was supposed to finish Summer Swan to talk to you about next time. Do you know it's not finished? Did you guess Summer Swan? It's Summer Swan. I do have Faded Flag, which I think I called Patriotic Flag last time. That was not accurate. So I might switch it up with the flag and the swan. And then I'm out of finished items. I most certainly will not have my friends Dasher and Dancer finished anytime soon. And I don't think I'm going to have Stars finished anytime soon. So Flosstube may just become like a 20-minute little chit chat. I just, there's not a lot to share. If you were interested in joining the SAL, we have a hashtag Dasher and Dancer SAL that we're using on Instagram. It's been really fun. Breaking it up. Oh, so I was talking to Christy about it and she was saying I couldn't handle all that one color stuff. So if you were thinking about doing a big one color, one thing I will say is do yourself a favor, break it up into chunks, because breaking it up into chunks preserves your sanity a little bit easier, more, whatever, because it gives you something else to do. If we think back to when I first started it and I was like, oh, hey, I'm going to always do my Dasher and Dancer first, and then I'll do other stuff if there's time. Well, that was a cute idea. That didn't end up happening. But that's okay, because there are no cross-stitch police, and we make our own rules, and all that is great and wonderful. So I don't know if it'll be 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I think the big things are over. Newton is here. He's getting along with Henry. He has been neutered. He's had his shots. Like, all of the Newton-related tasks are done and over with, which is amazing. We've purchased furniture, and none of that's going to be changing. That is amazing. Now it's just like really hot outside, and so everybody's trying to stay inside, stay cool, and stitch. So I don't want to say I think the hubbub is over for a while, because as soon as I say that, then poop will hit the fan and it'll be a disaster. So I won't say that. Hope you guys are having a great summer. Hope you're getting lots of stitching in, and until next time, talk to you later. Love you, bye.